What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Josh Helm here, Texas Best Construction. Today we're back at our site on our sports barndominium, making a lot of progress today. Our sheetrock crew is here. We're actually starting drywall in the gymnasium portion. Also, our concrete crew's working outside. We've got a lot of prep work that we're doing as we're going to pour concrete later this week. All this flat work that's going to go around the perimeter of this build. This is actually going to enable us to have more accessibility as we start working on metal panels and all the things that are to come very, very soon. So looking towards the finish, that's where we're at right now, and has got us in between mechanicals and finishing stage. And we're getting a few extra things involved here, which I think are going to be real key bonuses to this project. A couple of these products we're actually going to be highlighting in today's video. We have Quieture on site, and we're going to have a special guest with us on today's video, Michael Crane with MP Global, who has produced this product called Quieture. And it's an acoustical sound dampening product that we're using in between floor space, which I think is going to be a real asset to this project, which we're going to talk about the reasons why we thought this would be a great fit for this project. Additionally, we're installing our pocket door frames. It's cavity sliders. We're going to show you guys some details about this product as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get it going. So on this project, we actually have more than just living space. This is a special use space. We actually have living areas up above, and we'll have a nice stair rail, all that kind of stuff that goes up that way. But most of this area is a workout facility, meaning we've got a locker room that's going to be over here. We got treadmills, workout benches, weight bench, all that kind of stuff is going to be happening down here. Addition to that, we'll have kitchen and another smaller lounge area down here. And all of that leads me to another way of thinking when it comes to the purpose of this whole area. Now, of course, we want to be able to open this up, have full access to the gym, but that's a whole nother dynamic that's going on out there. So imagine this. This is going to be a state-of-the-art workout facility. And I started thinking, because there's bedrooms up above, we actually did some special things with the AV team. There's going to be all kinds of speakers throughout this whole thing where you can really individually crank it up, you know, music-wise in these areas. But I thought, hey, let's say some of the trainers, these guys are here, and they have their families upstairs, and maybe up there they're not wanting to have all that noise from whatever's happening on this side of the living side. And what that means is I needed some way to dampen the noise between floor space. We have a whole lot going on interstitially with AC and duct work. We've got ERV systems, and it really gets busy, especially over the locker room area, because everything's headed centrally that way. All that to say this, I needed a good solution for sound dampening when it comes to between floor space. And I thought, hey, this might be the perfect chance to talk with my friend Michael Crane of MP Global and see about doing some Quieture on this project. And that's exactly what I did. Let's go talk to Mike. All right, guys, I'm here with Mike Crane, MP Global. And Mike, what do we got here? This is a pretty rigid product, right? But so, it works, it does some other things.
So it's Quieture, it's a soundboard, it's a damping layer really. And so when we look at sound and how we can control sound, there's really four main methods. We have mass, which is typically our drywall layer. We have absorption, which is if we put insulation in our cavity, it's going to absorb and transform that vibrational energy into heat energy. We have isolation, where we can either through framing or using products like Resilient Channel, we can decouple the system from one side of the wall to the other side of the wall, or sealing. And then we have damping as our fourth main sound control method that we can use. And so Quieture kind of hits a lot of those buckets, being that it's made out of recycled fibers. So it kind of has that kind of absorptive layer. It's also very dense, so you have a little bit of added mass. Also, it's isolating rigid materials from each other.
Yeah, and so what we're finding here, because we're actually going to do this in two ways. We're going to put it underneath our joists, our open web trusses, as well as below our floor system, because that just completely wipes out the concern of that vibration method that you're talking about between floor space or between wall space, right? Because this product works well on the walls, on the floors, as well as the ceilings. We're going to be using it here, obviously, because of our workout facility down below, trying to keep that noise from going up. The other, I would say, added benefit to this is it's a pretty forgiving product. I'm noticing as we're starting to get our hands on it and installing it. And it's hard to mess up. I'd say you could mess it up, but it's pretty easy to work with. You can use a utility knife to cut it. There's also some other ways, like with a saw, you could use the more teeth on the blade, the better.
So I've tested a 40 count tooth saw blade, and it cuts really well.
Okay.
So yeah, higher count. We've done a 24 count tooth.
Yeah, and we're just using like the saw as well, like to create our openings for the lights, or our fire sprinklers here is what we've got here. And then we're also going to add some taping across there.
Yep, tape the seams, and what that does is, because it's not as required, but like in your case, you're going to have tongue and groove ceiling, where we don't really have a solid air control layer. And so what people don't realize, if you have air or a way air can move, then it's also a vehicle that sound will travel through. So by taping the seams, we limit that travel, which will make it a better performing product.
And I have other scenarios where this is a similar application, where a lot of times we're building for air tightness, so we've got our bubble, right, or our envelope that's around us, but now you're trying to decide, how do we want to have that additional protection layer? One of the things that I did for my Barndominium, actually, is my in-laws, I built them a place below. We didn't really do any noise protection between floors,
right.
And kind of wishing we would have done that, but that's always a good thing to take in consideration between floors.
You bring up a good point, and one that I say often is, we try to plan the best we can when we build, and we don't really think about sound until we're in a space, and it's at that point it's a problem, and it's a very expensive problem to treat at that point. And so if you can plan around it and plan for sound, or in your case, your client, what they may deal with after you're gone, you can build a much better product.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to get rid of, is the regret side, right?
Exactly.
But the good news is, after some time, you guys now have this product available in the big box stores.
That's correct.
So we're able to get our hands on this a little bit easier, and you guys could too as well. And if you're interested in knowing more information about Quieture, put it in the comments below. We'll be answering your questions down there. But I'm excited about doing this more, like in maybe our laundry rooms, maybe a baby's room, or any type of room really you're trying to keep a little bit of added protection, maybe room to room.
Yep.
So, and it doesn't take up a lot of space because it's just a 1/4 inch.
That's correct.
Added there, which is pretty easy to overcome. So, very cool product. We're glad to be getting it installed here on this build, and appreciate you being here to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So as a builder, a lot of times we have love-hate relationships with pocket doors. And this is one that I'm starting to love. A lot of what you normally can get at, say, your big box stores are just standard frames when it comes to pocket doors. Now this isn't the first time that we've installed these, but this is the first time we've installed as many as we're putting here. I think I've got 6 pocket doors that we're installing on this build. Now it's very popular. A lot of designs, a lot of designers want to incorporate pocket doors, and a lot of clients are requesting them when they're going in to do their designs, I should say. And it's always difficult as a builder when I see so many pocket doors. And I ran into this company at one of our conferences that we were at not too long ago, Cavity Sliders, and I told them, please help me to love pocket doors because I absolutely hate it when they're on the plans. And they said, look, we can help you with that. It's a heavy duty metal frame that allows some adjustability when it comes to the slats. Here, we can actually add more slats. Also, it's soft close technology here where you can see we've actually got this one installed already. And this is a mimic door attachment where it's already set up. So it's got a split jamb right here, and this is the area where the doors will come in and out. And as you can see, that's how it's going to work. This allows you to set this whole thing up before you sheetrock. Also, you can buy additional slats if you wanted to beef up your structure here. That's a nice feature as well. The frame is actually really easy to build. It goes together within minutes. And there's some key things to focus on here. You've got these square corner pieces that allow you to square this whole frame up as you go. And a lot of things would tell you if you were out of square pretty quickly, like when you're trying to install these slats, they fit in this nice track area. So I just think this is a great way to go when it comes to a pocket door. And I might be okay with doing them more often if we can use this type of setup. One other thing I should say is you can actually seam these together. There is some other attachment pieces that come with this setup where you can basically build your 2 pocket doors and then seam it together at the top, making it where you could have a double slider, I think, which is a pretty cool feature as well. In fact, we have an area down below in our locker room where we'll be doing just that. So another thing I'll tell you about how this is installed, we have this upright jamb that's right here on this side. You can see we've shimmed this into place exactly where we wanted it. So you have this attached at every one of these points, and we did that consistently with where the jambs are. These are adjustable as well, so if you wanted to add maybe a larger base at the bottom molding, if you wanted to add a larger base molding, you could definitely put another slat down at the very bottom. Now there is already a piece that you can attach to the bottom that goes in here before you install so that you can attach your typical base molding. But in this particular one, this is an 8-foot door, so it came with more slats already. There is a temporary spacer that goes in here while drywall is being installed, and this stays here throughout construction until you're ready to install this door. All we'll have to do is simply remove this piece and attach our door right to the top of this, and it'll go right into place. Now, Cavity Sliders also does have a pre-done jamb that goes with the 2x4 walls, but all these are 2x6, and so we couldn't get the jamb on this particular one. I saw this system at the VIPs at Brent Hull's mega mansion remodel that they're doing over there, and I thought, man, that is a cool pocket door, and got to talking with some of the reps, and I'm really glad I did. So we got a lot more that we're going to be sharing with you guys about how we put these frames together, and you'll probably start seeing us install this type of system a lot more. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Cavity Sliders. All right, guys, as you can see, we're making quite a bit of progress with the quieter, and we're working our way this way where the guys are still working here on this other side. But one thing I'll tell you, quick tip, we're marking our joist across the top up here so you can see that's something you'll definitely want to make sure you do. It's just going to help you in the next steps. Now we're going to be installing some tongue and groove pine underneath all this. So what we're going to be doing is popping chalk lines across from one side to the other, mainly just to easily identify as we're installing that next layer below. But I can already tell that there is some noise dampening happening with this space right above me. Also, it helps when you have the insulation open like this, but it definitely is going to make a difference up above. I can already tell. So when it comes to fastening, we're just using a couple of crown staplers, and this is 18 gauge 1-inch staples that we're using here. And so from the fastening part, it's actually working pretty good. So we're here on the back side of our sports barndominium. You can see we've got a balcony up above. We've actually had the guys over here working on railing a little bit earlier in the week. So over here, I wanted to show you guys because it's not done right now. And once it's all nice and pretty, you'll see what it was like before. So we're actually pouring a 6-foot flatwork sidewalk all the way around. But right here in this trenched area where the guys are still working to finalize the footings, we're actually going to have a retaining wall here where we're going to use some stone that you're seeing similar on the wall for the wainscoting. So we'll actually have a stone wall that caps this area here that will retain this higher ground, which goes all the way across back over here on this side. You can see we've got a fence here. There's some of that entryway from the previous setup that we're still got to take out. This retaining wall that we're going to build right here is going to be pretty straight going all the way down with the fence line. Right now they got the form work messed up because they're putting in some draining for this sidewalk here, but all of this flat work will actually maintain a certain perimeter distance around the building as we go around the bump out for the mechanical room. Like I said, right now it looks a little bit messed up, but the guys will be back here tomorrow, final prepping everything, because in a couple of days we're actually going to pour all the concrete for this. Part of this, my strategy is to get this all done and established. We were trying to get all of our utilities in place. We've got our underground already buried going into the building, and that means thinking about, okay, where do we need to add sleeves for entry points and drainage and all that. We're just trying to get all that done while the weather is at least maybe a little bit bearable. Last thing I'll say about this area back here, you can see I've got 5 AC units that will actually sit in this vicinity, and then a 6th one that will actually be wall mounted back over here. Now we'll be talking about siding in some upcoming videos, so we got a lot more progress to come on this build. The drywallers, these guys are making a lot of progress today, and everybody's really just been crushing it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below about the cavity sliders. These pocket doors I think is a game changer, maybe for your build, but definitely ours. We're looking forward to looking for opportunities maybe to get these things installed on some upcoming projects. And I think the quieture is going to make a big difference when it comes to sound dampening for the weight room and all of that. So we're really looking forward to the results that that's going to give us as well. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, as you guys can see, we've got a lot of Barndominium content coming ahead, a whole lot more progress to come on this build, and a lot of many others. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do that now. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. Texas Best.